What's up, everybody? It's me, Cross Patch. Welcome back to my Madden 22 Pittsburgh Steelers franchise. Week 2 of the NFL season. We are here at Heinz Field, coming off an opening day win against the Cincinnati Bengals. We are 1-0 on the season. The Houston Texans are here. They are 0-1 on the season so far. And on paper, at least, they do not look that formidable. A few great players on offense. Otherwise, don't look to be too much of a problem for us. But we are playing on all Madden, and you know what that means. Anything's possible. I may regret saying those words. So we'll see what happens. While you're thinking about it, we'll get this thing kicked off. Take a second to subscribe to the channel. Don't want to miss any of these games. Plus, Madden 23 is right around the corner. We will, of course, have a Steelers franchise. And maybe some other stuff as well. Maybe a few other teams. So we'll see how that goes. And here's Deshaun Watson. You can insert your own commentary there. But he's a dangerous quarterback. He's a good arm, of course, a threat to run the ball. Doesn't have a lot of talent around him. He's got Sony Michel in the backfield. He's got Brandon Cooks out there at wide receiver. But otherwise, not a lot of weapons on this offense.
The numbers a week ago for Michel, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions. And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you...
But I've regretted being overly confident in this game before, so... There's Cooks. Somehow... all right. Somehow fakes out Edmonds. So I am feeling a little under the weather today, so anything weird that I say or do, I'm going to blame on that. Down goes Watson. It's definitely a foggy brain game. Definitely feeling a little funky today. But we'll hope for the best. And that's intercepted by Witherspoon. He maybe has a touchdown. No, he's run down by Michel. There we go. And that is a good way to start a football game. Let's see what we want to do here. Let's just play it a little safe.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
There's Claypool, get in there. Claypool on the wheel route, but the quarterback's off. We'll get it in there to him. And just like that, we're on the board, 7-zip. Well, maybe 7-zip. I don't want to count my, what's the expression? Don't count your extra points until they're through the uprights. All right, our defense comes back out. So this is basically the same defense we put on the field last season. We do have a rookie starting at nose tackle, number 95, Trey Agnew. And we will see rookie Brandon Knight coming in at nickel corner as well.
Maximizing opportunities. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On the handoff, it's Michel.
Michel caught in the backfield by Bush. That brings up a 3rd and 3. And we're gonna... I don't necessarily like this formation against 3 wide receivers, but we get good pressure out of it, so we'll see what happens.
Here's Watson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got him.
Completes a Cooks. Oh no, Hayward is injured. And that is not a good thing. Cam Hayward, one of our best defensive players. Getting up there in age, but still elite in the league.
He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, this is Michelle.
Oh, let's go, Fitzpatrick. And Hayward has a dislocated shoulder. Yikes.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their...
So that's not good news. He won't be back today. We'll see what the future brings on that one. I'm going to guess at least a few weeks. Oh, man. There goes Benny Snell, former Steeler. Taking it down to the 2. And now Fitzpatrick's injured. What is happening?
While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Those are 2 big losses. If we lose Fitzpatrick for any amount of time, and Hayward.
And they will run it with Michelle. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Michelle going to try again.
And he's in.
He's in.
So 2 of our best defensive players knocked out of commission on that drive. Hayward, at least for this game, we'll see how long Fitzpatrick's going to be out. And that's the kind of play where Fitzpatrick is important, coming up to make a tackle like that. So we may have a closer game than I expected today, being a little bit handicapped on the defensive side.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening
Maybe.
play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles.
Complete to Freiermuth.
You know they'll make some adjustments. We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side.
There's Chase Claypool.
Oh, goodness, he put it in one-handed. A big play that time for Pittsburgh.
One-on-one, I'll take that matchup.
Strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance travel or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield,
All right, on the board again. I'm going to have an answer for these Texans when we're on defense here. Hopefully we're getting Fitzpatrick back.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
And he's back on the field, so that's good. So we're only short Hayward.
Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown.
Nobody's covering the tight end.
Carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
All right, 14-7. We're up in the end of the first quarter. And Houston with 115 passing yards on us.
Texans football to start quarter 2.
Did throw an interception.
With a 1st and 10. Watson. Short throw to Disley. And he's taken
Not much there. Yeah, that's not accurate. They have 69 yards. I got to learn not to trust those bulletin boards in between the quarters. Third and 3.
But boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Watson.
Oh, and I missed him. Broken up by Witherspoon.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime.
And a punter wearing number 22. That stuff's going to happen eventually with these new jersey rules. Jersey number rules. You're seeing quarterbacks and punters wearing numbers in the 20s.
That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
See if you can run this thing out of here. I'm not too confident in what I'm seeing. Well, maybe I should be, though. That's not bad.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Rolling to his right.
Claypool.
It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good.
All right, sorry about that. I had to take my headphones off for a second. But we're back live.
And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
I feel like there's some kind of weird stuff going on outside my window. If you hear a lot of noise, that's why. I'm not sure what it is.
Honed in on it and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Living in the country, we got all kinds of weird stuff going on. Tractors going by. People mowing lawns and haying fields.
So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that.
And they're ignoring Harris. Let's see what happens. And we will get it to him. There we go. Blown coverage. We'll take it. For every 10 times I run that play, maybe once we'll get that. All right, there we go. Move the ball 96 yards on 5 plays. Widening our lead a little bit. And we've got coming up on the 2-minute warning.
And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
So we're definitely going to want to try to get this ball back and get another score today before halftime.
If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
8 yards.
I think this will probably come up to the 2 minutes. Yep. All right.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
So they're going to come out 3 wide. We're going to go dime.
A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman, and on stats and scores from around the NFL in the second week of the regular season. Watson's throw taken in there by Cooks. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Watson on first down.
Almost intercepted by the rookie. Got his hands on it, couldn't bring it down. There's our draft class. A lot of those guys seeing action today.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again is Watson. To Michelle.
Oh, I gotta stop. I gotta stop taking control of these guys. I'm not helpful to them, especially in the state I'm in today.
On first down, it's Watson. He'll check this one down to Michelle. And he'll go out of bounds after.
Or at least I at least have to stop trying to hit stick everybody.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. Watson looks to throw again. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this is
Broken up.
Oh, that looked like a
Whew.
short 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity.
3rd and 5. We want this ball back if we can get it.
Watson now to throw.
And that's dropped, I guess.
More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted.
More accurately, it seemed to have hit him unexpectedly. Let's go, Chesky. Let's get this out of our shadow of our goal post here.
Give him 11 yards that time.
All right, so we got a minute. We're gonna take a shot. We're gonna take a shot to Johnson if we can get him, and then we will work the sidelines.
Play action. It's Trubisky.
No, we're just gonna run. We're just gonna run. All right, so we're gonna go 2 clock, or not 2 clock. What am I saying? We're gonna go no huddle. See about working these sidelines.
On first down, Trubisky.
Boykin can't get out of bounds. That's okay. We've got time, I think.
Looking to throw on first down. Flush to his right. He's got his tight end Fryermuth right side. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Here's Trubisky.
Johnson.
He finds his man Johnson.
23 seconds. 38 yards in 23 seconds. We got 3 timeouts, though.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky.
Getting to Johnson. He is in bounds. 16 seconds.
As they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
We're going to have to take a little bit of a shot here.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Maybe we looked at Boykin.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. He's gonna
Oh, that was a bad idea. That was a bad idea. I thought Boykin had position on him and would be able to come back to it, but no.
Trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands. And Brandon, when you're on the run,
all right, gonna blame it on my physical infirmity today.
The beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
So we reach halftime halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll head down to our... All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
These two teams making their last-minute adjustments. The second half coming your way from Pittsburgh.
All right.
We go back to Brandon.
Shake off the interception.
All right, Coach, thank you. We welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned,
To Harris. Oh, big hit. Big hit on Najee Harris.
Laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
Is it? Shoot, I thought I had a first down. All right, let's not do anything dumb.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Yep, thought we had a first down on that one.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris.
There's the first.
He's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
See if this works. I've been working on rolling out to the left with Trubisky.
They go play action. Trubisky steps away. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. It's incomplete.
Yeah, it kind of worked.
Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
On second and 10, Trubisky escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
That was dumb. I'm doing dumb things now.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Trubisky will throw. He's got his tight end Freiermuth.
There's Freiermuth.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 first downs have him.
Yeah, the play before that, I was looking at the safety to see if I could put it up for Claypool, and I never hot routed the guy I needed to hot route. So, yeah.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Here's Johnson with a reception.
And he fumbles. Get that ball.
Lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and the Texans scoop.
All right. Let's see if we review this.
We had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, and certainly.
Yeah.
And now, as with every.
All right, let's take a look at it.
Take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question.
Oh, yeah, he's down. Come on. One fan exceptionally excited about that.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll run on first.
Oh, man.
It's Harris, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Trubisky's throw complete to Freiermuth.
Freiermuth's running people over.
Before he's brought down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky.
There's Johnson in the corner. Touchdown.
Johnson, touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
Oh, come on now.
6 points for the Steelers.
All right, we don't need to watch that.
To start to his season, he had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be up to that kind of a start.
I think he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP.
Well, despite a foggy brain and possibly hallucinating that there was a tracker outside my window when there wasn't, we're doing pretty good here, I think. 28-7, coming down to the end of the quarter.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have
made a bunch of mistakes.
From the gun, here's Watson.
Broken up. Levi Wallace.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Second down, Michelle. Bulldozes.
Boy, Sony Michel just plowing forward.
But then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. To throw is Watson. That's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
4th and 2, and they are kicking it.
Some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for it. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
So we're going to try to run the ball, but I'm going to try to not be too, I tend to get too conservative at this time of game and end up letting them back in it sometimes. So we're going to try to avoid doing that. The guys are not staying on their blocks. I wonder if I'm hitting that, hitting the speed burst too quickly.
I'm not missing a minute of it. This guy's been spectacular.
I mean, it's a team game, but sometimes these individual performances are fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes they just kind of come to the front, despite the fact, as you said, we know it's all about the team, but the way he's playing,
oh boy.
his team win on his back.
It's been exciting.
There's Boykin. That's what I was trying to do with him in the first half when I threw that interception. But he did not have the position I thought he had.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Harris for a few.
Moving down to the 15-yard line.
And we are going to come down here to the end of the third quarter. 28-7 lead. We are driving. A little light on the rushing yards. In fact, let's go single back here. No, that doesn't look any better. This looks like a disaster. Well, maybe not.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. And by the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down.
Harris to the 1.
That's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Hey, what do we want to do here?
Second and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
Let's go.
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to
Kind of a
get the
spread offense here.
Second and goal.
See if we can run it in.
Harris.
There he is.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Steelers are on the
And our guys are happy.
start. Extra point now by Boswell.
Putting
it on Houston.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5.
Man, back in the day,
To extend the lead.
Houston and Pittsburgh were a huge rivalry.
For the touchdown run.
Of course, that was the Houston Oilers back then, who are now the Tennessee Titans. But Houston and Pittsburgh were both in the AFC Central back then. And if it was not for the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Houston Oilers would have probably gone to 2 Super Bowls in the 70s. At least 2. Certainly 78, 79. And may have won at least one of those. The 2 AFC Championship games in the late 70s between them.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column as a defense. They don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
On first down, Watson. For Kittle here, it's complete.
And Disley has a bunch of catches.
Pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson.
Intercepted by Wallace.
Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they
Try a few different things with Harris running the ball. I used to run in my Madden 21 franchise exclusively almost out of these power formations. I've kind of moved on to running out of the shotgun, which I like quite a bit. I was hesitant on it for a while.
And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box.
Harris, I think might have a first down. Nope. Not yet.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
So we're coming down to the 2-minute warning, and we will go chew clock to try to get this thing over with. And if you are still hanging around, I appreciate it. We are going to look at the statistics for the game after this if you want to hang out.
On 2nd down, it's Harris, and he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
3rd and 9. Do we want to put the ball in the air? They don't seem to be...
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock.
I don't think so.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this.
So we'll come down to around 40 seconds here, I guess.
Get him down well short of the line to gain. Give him a couple of
And then we will punt the ball.
A 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation...
And why the clock doesn't run on punts, I do not know.
Loosened up defense, go into pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
So we're going to go to 2-0 on the season. And these Texans will go to 0-2.
4th down on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now Houston's offense taking over again. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
Get some of our rookie corners on the field in this dime formation.
And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first.
So, you know, I made some mistakes, did some dumb things.
That's out to his running back, Michelle.
Didn't really hurt us, I guess, but the one big negative today is the loss of Cameron Hayward. We'll see how long he will be out for. Dislocated shoulder. I don't think he'll be back next week. That seems like something you're probably out for at least a couple of games.
Here's Watson. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Again, it's Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side.
There's rookie cornerback Miles Green. First interception of his career. And we will just kneel this thing. And mercifully we'll head to the locker room. There we go, 2-0. Got the win at home against the Texans. And we'll be taking a look at our statistics here. Trubisky with a big day. 17 for 21. 335 yards, 4 touchdowns, that one silly interception I threw at the end of the half. Watson really struggled. 3 interceptions. Only completed 54% of his passes. And Najee Harris kind of with a tough go of it today. 53 yards on 15 carries. Did have a touchdown. Claypool with a big day. 5 catches, 127 yards and 2 scores. Freiermuth 4 for 64. Deontay Johnson 4 for 48 and a score. Miles Boykin not a bad day. 2 for 59. Didn't give up any sacks. Or at least didn't get blamed for any sacks. 4 tackles for Edmonds. Sack for Miles Jack. Interceptions for Green, Witherspoon, and Wallace. And that is about that. I hope you enjoyed the game. If you did, please go ahead and hit that like button. Maybe think about subscribing to the channel. Whatever you decide to do, I hope you have a great day. And I will see you next game.